Hey everyone, welcome back to another easy programming tutorial with C++. Today I want to show you something new. This has been requested by a few viewers and I thought I'd do it right now. There are a few things that you need to know before I show you actual programming and coding with stacks. Hopefully I'll show that to you in my next video, which won't be too far away. But today I want to give you just an introduction of what stacks are. For stacks, you'll need to know arrays. As you can see, the tutorial I set up in front of you is similar to the array tutorial I set up a few months ago. And stacks are basically it's an array where last value that's put in is the first one that's come out. It's LIFO, last in, first out. Queues are something similar, but queues are first in, first out. FIFO, I guess. Yeah, I'll show that to you later as well. But today I'm just gonna deal with stacks. So for this program, the tutorial that I will show you, you just have to use one array, and we'll also use a variable called top. For the way I'll be showing you this tutorial, you'll also need to know struct. I have a tutorial on that as well. If you don't know struct, I recommend that you check that tutorial out along with the arrays tutorial if you don't know much about it. So the top basically holds the subscript value of the highest filled in array. -1 or -1 is when the stack or the array is empty. That means there are no values within the subscripts. Since John is filled out in subscript 1, top will automatically change to 0. If we set up something else, let's say Jane, top will change to 1, and it'll go up to 2, 3, and 4. 4 will be the last value, since arrays go from 0 up to whatever the subscript is. You declare a array using the type. In this case, it'll be string. Name is the name of the array, and max stack holds the subscript, the max values of arrays. I'm using max stack as a variable here. I initialize what max stack is. Here is 5. It's an integer value, and const is just short for constant in C++. That means the value of max stack will not change anywhere else in the program. This is a good way to have like a static constant within the whole program, and that'll determine what the max value of top is. Top will be max stack -1. Since it's last out first in, last in first out, if you were to pop this stack or try to take the information out of the stack, you'll have to take out Jane followed by John. So the output would look something like this: Jane, John, while the input would look John, Jane. The first thing that goes in is the last thing that comes out. So to show you what the struct will look like, I'll pull that up. There. Struct, again, you declare a struct by using the word struct. Struct is a reserved word in C++. It'll turn blue if you're using Visual Studio. It'll probably turn blue in other compilers as well, but I'm not familiar with everything. Stack type is the name of the struct. You can name this anything you want. I call it stack type because it makes it easy to explain and easy to show and everything. And then you have to declare your array as well as top inside the struct. So string name max stack is basically the same as what you see here. And top is just something you have to declare for it to work here, as stacks need. And that's a very small struct, and that's all you need for struct. Also for this, you'll need to know how to work functions, both value returning and void functions. And stacks has six I guess basic functions to this, and these are it. You have create stack, destroy stack, push, pop, empty stack, and full stack. As you can see, 4 of them are void, and 2 of them are booleans. Booleans returns true and false. Voids returns values as well as outputs. Again, create stack, destroy stack, push, pop, empty stack, full stack. These are just names. You can name them anything you want. I'm just calling them these because it's easier to explain. Create stack and destroy stack, they look similar, and they do the exact same things. Stack type is the name of the struct. It's also a type. You can name this anything you want again. You can also call, You can just call it a stack if you want, but that might be confusing since it's a type. Stack here, we're assuming that I declared stack in the main program as stack type stack. So in the main program, it'll look like stack type stack. No capital. Stack type stack. Yep. In the main program, it'll look like that. We're assuming that stack, in order to access like name and top, we'll have to do stack dot name and stack dot top. Those are the two values. Again, you should look at my struct tutorial or explanation on how structs actually fully work. And we know that create stack should open a stack that's empty, and we know that an empty stack is a stack in where the top value of the subscript is -1. So here in create stack, the only thing it'll have is stack.top equals to -1. Destroy stack does the exact same thing. It resets the stack. So it'll also equal to stack.top equals to -1. I'll show both to you as well. Most of the times for small programs, you won't even need destroy stack. I don't use it for small programs, but it's good practice if you have a program that runs constantly, or if it's a larger program, and you want to use one stack over and over again, but don't want to have to create new ones or close the program for it. Push and pop are two of the more main functions. They need a little bit more work. Push pushes extra values into the array. So let's go back up here. Since John was entered first, in order to enter Jane, you'll have to push her into the array. That's basically what it does. And we'll have to manipulate top value and stack.top. We'll be passing down stack by reference, and we'll be passing down new element. New element is just, we're assuming that I declared that inside the main program as well, as a string. Yep, as a string, and we're passing it down. We're getting the value as a string, and then we're passing it down into the stack, and it'll be stored into stack.name. Excuse me, stack.name into the top value of the subscript. So the first thing you want to do is increment top value. So if stack.top equals to -1, you'll just do stack.top plus plus. This is what it'll have inside the push first, and then you'll just do new element or stack.top subscript stack.name subscript stack.top equals to new element. Again, you might not know this just as I'm telling you, but I'll show that to you in the main tutorial as well. Pop is the opposite. It pops the last value out. Don't ask me why they're called this. I've read a few books that call it the same thing, I guess. I don't know where the name pop came from, but I got used to it. Again, pop, you pass down stack because you need to pass down name and top. And then we pass down popped element. Again, element here is basically string in this case. I don't want to confuse you, so I'll just change that as string. Popped element is something we're assuming that we declared in the main program as well, just like we did new element. And popped element will host whatever the value of stack.name subscript stack.top is. And then after it does that, it'll decrement stack.top, so it'll look like this. It's a few lines. It takes maybe, it's just like 2 lines each for push and pop. Just a 1-liner for create stack, destroy stack. And then for the boolean empty stack and full stack, they're also basically 2-liners. They return true or false. We just pass down stack, and we're just checking the value of stack.top. If empty stack is stack.top equals to -1, then it returns true because -1 means it's empty. Anything else it'll return false, and it'll keep going. Empty stack is used in association with pop, and full stack is used in association with push. And full stack just checks, if stack.top equals to max stack -1, which is 4, it'll return true. Otherwise, it'll return false, and it'll allow push to keep running. And these are all the things that you'll need to know. And in the next tutorial, you'll see everything. I'll show you how to use everything, and hopefully you'll understand a little bit better. I know this wasn't the best tutorial. I just wanted to show you like the basics of it, just to introduce everything in stacks. And hopefully the full tutorial will explain a lot more and show you exactly how to do things. So Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and stay tuned for part 2 of the video.